You totally forget that you are in a relationship when you are with this person. You enjoy the person's company so much so that your boyfriend is calling you on your phone and you are not picking up. Why? Because you are in the company of somebody else. Go down on me with your coca body. Hey, I don't know this song and I don't know why it's playing in my head. I'm sure maybe someone was playing, maybe my neighbor was playing it and it just got stuck in my head. Anyways, guys, hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Victoria Ayodele Fash. If you're new on my channel, thank you so much for joining me. Please consider subscribing to my channel, okay, and leave a thumbs up on this video, okay? If you're a recent subscriber, you know I love you, you know I appreciate you. Thank you so much for always coming back. Okay, so today we are starting, or we are continuing rather, with our dating series, okay? But before we go into it, remember we are having two series running simultaneously on the channel, right? We're having the marriage bet series, which for people who are about to get married, or you know are married, you know, but want to keep, you know, their marriage bet interesting, okay? Those are the people that series is for. And then this one is for people who are in a relationship, or who are dating, or who are looking to get into a relationship. You know, yeah, this series is definitely going to be helpful to you. We have two videos so far on it, and I've been getting amazing feedback from it. So yes, you guys are really going to enjoy it. But before we also go into today's video, okay, I also want to make a big announcement. You know, I've been mentioning for quite a while that the second cohort of the newlywed class is going to hold in October. So yes, we finally have a date. It is holding on October 14th and 15th, okay? So click on the description box, or yeah, look at this description box for the registration link, right? It's going to go for $15. So if you're interested, please register with the link below, okay? All right, so these are for people who are about to get married between now and December, okay? If you're getting married anytime after December, just wait. We're going to have another class, right, in late January to beginning of February, okay? Yeah, so but if your wedding is going to fall between now and January, okay, make sure you sign up for this class. And especially if you've been celibate, or you're a virgin, right, or you know, you just want to learn how to keep things interesting. Myself and my husband will be taking that class, so make sure that you click on the description link. Many of you have been asking me on Instagram, so the link is out and it's in the description box, okay? All right, so let's get into today's video. So today I'm going to be sharing tips for you to know that he's falling in love with you, or you are falling in love with him, okay? Yes, I think this is very important because, you know, there have been several instances, right, where, you know, the guy will give excuses and say, oh, we're just friends, I didn't know she was catching feelings and all of that. After you watch this video, you will not have that excuse anymore, okay? And sometimes, you know, the guy might actually be in love with you, but you might not know because maybe he's shy, he's not approaching you, but he's giving you signs, he's giving you signals, but you are not catching the signals because you don't know, okay? I am here to help you, okay? So I'm going to be telling you signs for you to know that this person is falling in love with you, okay? All right, or you are falling in love with him, okay? All right, so let's get into the video. Now, the first thing I'll talk about is when the person is constantly putting your needs first. When you are constantly putting his needs first, okay? Let me talk about this point in the first person's perspective, okay? When you are always looking for things when you're always looking to please the person, okay, even more than pleasing yourself. Let's say, for instance, you have to go out, okay, and you need your car to be able to drive you to wherever you're going to, and this person calls you and say, oh, she wants to hang out with somebody, or they want to do something. It's not an emergency, right? But they need your car, and you find yourself saying that, okay, no problem, come and take my car, even though you actually need your car. You understand? Or the person just shows up in your house and say, I beg, I'm hungry, and you're tired, but because the person is here. But normally if it's the other friends, there's no way you will go into the kitchen to cook for them, okay? But once it's this person, you find yourself standing up and going to make sure you will cook 3-course meal. You know, you're always trying to make the person feel comfortable, always putting their needs first. Or you walk into a store, you know, to get nice things for yourself, and you find yourself in the mail department. You don't know what you are doing there, but subconsciously your mind is looking for something that person might like, that you might pick for the person. Or you see a book that the person talked about one time and you remember it, such that when you see the book, you remember, you know. Now I know these things can happen in platonic relationships, okay, but when it is constant, okay, that you are always putting the person's needs ahead of yours, okay, you are always putting the person's needs first, you know, yeah, that is a sign. Or the person's always putting your needs first, okay, the two of you are students, okay, let me even use a student example, okay, and he has exams to write, but he's here late nights studying with you, helping you to understand, helping you to write your project, helping you out with your assignments and the rest of it, sister, okay? That's a sign that this person is actually, or might actually be very much interested in you, okay? All right, you need to look at all the points. So if you have like 5 out of the 10 things I'm going to mention, if you have, if there are like 5 or 6 that a person is doing, okay, things that you see as a pattern, then you might want to know that, okay, maybe something's actually, maybe you want to have that conversation with the person, okay? All right. So now the next thing I'm going to talk about is this one. It can sound like, what's that one? Like, it can sound very ordinary, but trust me, it is a sign that something is brewing inside of you. Sometimes you don't even know that you are falling in love. The thing just happened, just catch you, okay? Now, this is one sign that you might even notice first, okay? You are always lost in the person. I'm not talking about L-U-S-T now. I'm talking about L-O-S-T. Like, you're always lost in the person. You catch yourself staring at the person all the time. Or maybe they are the other side of the room. You catch yourself staring at them. Or maybe you're having a conversation and you find out that you're not even listening to what he's saying. You are busy admiring his intelligence, admiring his smell, admiring his aura, admiring the way he carries himself, his biceps, You're admiring his intelligence. You're admiring his manliness. You find yourself like you're just staring and you are lost in him, sister. That's a sign that something is brewing, okay? That's really the first time people say, what? Like, and then you catch yourself like, what was I thinking about? Yeah, that's a sign that something might be going on, or you might be catching his fancy, you understand, okay? And it's the other way around. Even, if he's the one who is also doing that, okay? Yeah, that's a sign that, he might actually be very much interested in you, okay? All right, the next point, or the third point I'm going to talk about is you are always willing to try something new with them, okay? Things that you will ordinarily not try with any of your friends, things that other of your friends will beg you to do, but you will never do. Food that they will beg you to eat, you will never eat. Your parents will beg you to eat, you will never eat. Once is this person offering it to you, you find yourself willing to try, okay? You might not eventually eat the whole thing, but you are willing to always try new things with them, okay? Ordinarily, you will not go to swim because you don't like swimming, but if the person invites you, you would go. Ordinarily, you don't like to go to the club, but this person invites you, you would go. Ordinarily, you don't like to talk in public, but this person calls you or asks for your opinion in public, and you give it, okay? No matter how scared or whatever you are, you're trying to constantly please the person, okay? You are willing to try new things, go do crazy things that you've never done before, or you never saw yourself or imagine yourself ever doing, okay? That can show that, there's something brewing here, okay? So, and if it's the person who is always doing that, you notice that, okay, this person normally does not talk, but when he's with you, he's always, talking, always listening, and the rest of it, yeah, that is a sign that something might be brewing here, okay? Yes, after this series, okay, we'll be talking about how to know you are being played, okay? Yes, today we are talking about love. Today is love, okay? In the next series, I'm going to talk, in the next episode of this series, I'll be talking about how to know that you are being played, but this one is how to know that you're falling in love or he's falling in love with you, okay? The next point is that, the fourth point is that you always value their opinion about yourself, about your future plans, about your career, about your friendship, about everything. You are constantly looking for their validation, constantly searching for their opinion, even on things that does not concern them, okay? You're always looking for what you think, about this. You're always willing to share things, even private matters with them, because you value their opinion. When maybe you want to start a new career, or you want to start a new job, or you want to quit your job, or you want to start a new career, or the rest of it, you're always asking, hey, what do you think? What's your opinion about this? Okay, I want to start this business. What do you think? Things that are important to you, right? Things that are not just casual things, like what I want to eat in the morning. Sometimes even that, but things that are very important to you, find yourself always wanting to hear the person's opinion about the things that are important to you, okay? About maybe you might even be in a relationship, okay? And you're always going to say, hey, my boyfriend did this, my boyfriend did that, okay, that's another sign, yeah. When you're always going to report your current relationship to your friend, yeah, that might show that something might be brewing there, okay? Now, the next point is that you always want this person around. You always want this person around you. You always long for the time that you'll be together. Maybe you are in class, or maybe you are at work, and you know that the two of you will be meeting after work, or after class, or during the break, or whatever. You're always looking forward to that time, okay? Maybe you guys don't even talk, okay? Maybe, the funniest thing, this person might not even be your friend. Maybe I've been making this thing overly friend. Maybe this person is your friend and then you didn't know. Sometimes this person might not even be your friend, okay? Maybe a colleague in the office, or a normal person in the office that you might not even, or you might even think you don't like you don't like the person's attitude or anything, but you're always looking forward to break time when the person will be there, eating lunch and everything. I've been there. so that you will go and carry your lunch. You might not even talk to each other, but you always look forward to any gathering that the two of you will have any opportunity to see each other, okay? And even if it's your friend, you're always looking forward to time that you guys to spend together, talk together, gist together. You just always like the person in your corner. You always like the person around you, okay? Yes, that is definitely a sign that something is brewing there, okay? All right. Now, another sign is when you start to take things that you would normally not take from anybody, okay? Let's take, for instance, you're a person that you don't like it when someone is dirty, or someone, eats and leave the dishes in the sink, or, I don't know, maybe the person doesn't bathe, and bathing, I mean, who doesn't bathe? Anyways, maybe you're the kind of person that you're very finicky about things. You like things being kept in the proper way, in proper position, and the rest of it. But you find yourself always making excuses for that person. Now you're accepting, oh, that's just how he is. Oh, it's just, he's just trying to be nice. Oh, he was just tired. Oh, he just did not have the time. You understand? You're always making excuses for this person. Excuses that you would normally not make for any other person. But when it comes to this person, you're always making excuses for their flaws, okay? When you start to do that, that's a sign that something is definitely brewing here, okay? When it doesn't have to be something that is wrong or something that is bad, okay? But something that you personally don't like. You personally don't like people doing. But when it comes to this person, you don't mind. Like, you make excuses, you overlook their flaws, okay, and you make excuses for it. That is definitely a sign that something is going on here, okay? Now, another sign is when you're constantly craving for their now, not just attention, not just them being around, but you always want to touch them. You always want to hug. You always want to cuddle. You're not looking for you're not looking to do. You're not looking for sex. You're not looking for anything, but you just want the person to be around you. It's not just the person's presence. Yes, you always crave the person's presence, but you want to crawl up the person. You cannot talk without touching him. You cannot talk without making reference to to his things that you like about him, the way he talks, the way he does things. You're always paying him compliments, okay? You always want anything, especially cuddling. Maybe it's your friend, and he's seated, you just go and sit on his leg. You just go and sit, oh, baby boy, always, touching his head. And, that can be a friendship vibe for some people, okay? But when it becomes extra, where every time your hand has to be in his body, you have to touch him, you have to hold him, you have to, rest on his body, out of everybody in the crowd that you can sit down, their leg is his own leg you go and sit down on. Out of everybody in the crowd that you can rest your body on. Maybe some of you are hiking or you go out or whatever, I don't know, I'm coming up with different scenarios in my head. But you always wanting to rest on him, you always want to, talk to him, you always want to touch him, you always seek for that bodily connection between the two of you. That is definitely, it might not be sexual, it might be nothing sexual. That can just be, you just wanting to be around him. When you're sad, you want him to hug you. When he hugs you, you feel secure, you feel safe, you feel peace, you feel loved, okay? You might even be a person that does not like hugs, okay? But when this person hugs you, it's like, the whole world has disappeared, yeah. That is definitely a sign that something is brewing here, okay? Yeah, another sign is that when you suddenly forget about your exes, maybe you just got out of a relationship or whatever, or even not just your ex, even your current boyfriend, you totally forget that you are in a relationship when you're with this person. You enjoy the person's company so much so that your boyfriend is calling you on your phone and you are not picking up. Why? Because you are in the company of somebody else, okay? That is definitely a sign that something is going on, okay? Or you forget, or you just got out of a relationship and just being with this person makes you forget about everything your ex has done in the past and everything. Yeah, that is a sign that something is going on. Or your current boyfriend, you have an appointment or a date with your boyfriend, but because you are with this person, you make excuses, okay? The person is sick, your boyfriend needs you, but you rather go to this person because the person is in need of you, and and then you start to lie. That's another. Now I feel like I'm giving so much points in one, but yeah, and you start to lie to your current boyfriend or your current partner or fiancé or whatever about him. You are with him. Maybe your partner needs you to have a date or something, and this person needs you. Maybe he has an emotional breakdown, and then you lie to your partner that, I'm working late. But at the end of the day, you're going to have lunch with this person, okay? When you start to lie to your current partner because of your relationship or your entanglement with this friend of yours, yes, that's a sign that you might be catching feelings for your friend, okay? Because if there's absolutely nothing between the two of us, I don't need to lie. I just need to tell him, hey babe, sorry about that, this guy said that he needs my help about this. What do you think? Should I go? Should I not go? Why? Because my partner always comes first before any other person. But if it is the other way around, where the person always comes first before your partner, then it means that there is some feelings definitely attached in this relationship. Okay, yeah. Now this one is it's a very obvious sign, right? And I think it happens more than we care to admit. Okay, when you're constantly, okay, this one I don't know how to say without giving an example, but for instance, maybe you text the person, right, and you always, okay, let me rephrase now. When you always want the person's attention now, okay, now this is not just person being around or you wanting to call the person, but you want the person, you demand the person's attention, you want the person to, you always want to have the person's 100% attention. Okay, so you text him and then maybe it takes 60 seconds to reply, and then you're like, oh, it took them 60 seconds to reply, or it takes an hour to reply because it's busy, and then you take offense because he didn't answer you, that moment when you wanted him to respond, and you're asking, what were you doing? Why are you not responding to my call? Why have you neglected me? Any small thing, because he didn't talk to you in 24 hours, you feel like the two of you are fighting, even though maybe he has been busy or something. Or you expect him to call you when, he's going out or he's traveling. You expect him to always put you on the loop for everything going on in his life. Okay, you text him, he's not responding, you are getting upset, you're angry. You might not even express it to him, but baby, you've texted him, you'll be feeling angry because he's not responding to your messages, even though he's just your friend. Okay, when you start to feel like you have that kind, or you command that kind of authority, or that kind of loyalty from a person, then it means that there is more to the feelings that you have, for the person. Okay, this one is cheeky, yeah, but it is true. Okay, when everything always reminds you of them. Okay, you hit your leg. I remember the last time the two of you were playing and you hit your leg. You step out of your house. Remember the last time he was in your house, and you close your eyes. Remember the last time he was sleeping, and you go to the to get grocery, and you remember you see something, and the first thing you always think of is your time together. Every time you see something that the two of you have shared, the memory of the two of you always comes to mind, even though it might not just be the two of you who have shared that thing, you understand, but it is always his memory that always comes to your mind, or her memory that always comes to your mind, that, oh yeah, that means that something is going on there. Okay, I mean, every little thing reminds you of them. You always sneak their way into a conversation, into a thought, into a movie. You always, you're watching a movie and so, this guy acts like this, and maybe, guys, this thing requires a lot of scenario, and I'm coming up with really wild scenarios in my head. But you're watching a movie and the actor says something, and you think you remember the time that the guy said it to you. Might be something irrelevant, but just that word reminds you of him. Everything seem to remind you of him. Everything seems to bring his memory to your head. Yeah, that shows that something is definitely brewing here. Okay, now the next point is when you're always self-conscious about the person. Maybe there's this person at work. Let me use the work scenario again, that you probably do not even like, or you didn't know that you have catching feelings for. You didn't know that you are becoming to have that you are beginning to be attracted to the person, right? But you realize that early in the morning you're trying to pick up the nice outfits, the nice shoes, the nice bags, the nice something, the ones that makes your bodies to come out, the one that makes your hips to be accentuated, the one that brings up the girls and all of that. You didn't know, or maybe you might not even know that this is the reason why, but subconsciously you find yourself that whenever you know the person is going to be around you, you're always self-conscious. You're always trying to look your best. You're always trying to say the right things. Okay, you are always trying to prove that you understand what is going on. You're trying to prove your intellectual prowess. You're trying to show off, or and also be self-conscious. You're always self-conscious around the person, or you're trying to always act up so that the person will notice you. Obviously there's something going on in there. Okay, all right, okay. And even if he's a friend and you want to meet your normal friend, my friend wants to come, if I'm wearing my hairnet or I'm wearing my pajamas, I don't care. If you come in, if I'm not even woken up, I'm not going to brush my teeth because of you. Okay, unless I have a really bad breath in the morning. But the person is coming, knocks the door, and you ask, who is that? And they say it's the one. You quickly stand up, wash your face, put your lip gloss, clean your hair. Within 5 minutes you have totally transformed your body. Why? I mean, if it's a normal friend coming out, do you really it's only someone that you have feelings for, that you have all those time to be overdoing for. Okay, but when this person is in your space and you are self-conscious, you are always looking, you always want to look your best for this person, then definitely there's something going on there. Okay, all right. Now this one, and I know I've talked, I think I've given more than 15 points already. Okay, and I promise to talk about only 10. But this sign is also very important. When you're always putting things that they would love around you. Okay, you know, maybe maybe the two of you have spoken about, you know, certain things that he likes. Maybe he likes certain kind of painting, or certain kind of perfume, or something like that. Something that he said he likes. Maybe he likes black underwear, or maybe sometimes he has told you in your conversation that he likes, you know, black materials, or he likes green or red materials, or red lipsticks, or blue eyeshadow, and the rest of it. And you find yourself buying those things or wearing them just for him to be able to notice you. Yeah, sister. And even brother, okay, I mean, remember, it goes both ways. Okay, if you're a person that maybe she tells you, oh, she likes a man that talks, she likes a man that is intelligent, and you find yourself always looking for big words to talk when she's around. Or, you know, she tells you that she likes a man that can cook, and you find yourself whenever she's around, you're always, you know, showing her things you cooked and the rest of it. Yeah, that shows that, yeah, there's something going on there. Okay. All right, now I think the final thing I'm going to talk about, actually there are two things I want to talk about. The first thing is, you know, when doing little things like taking a walk, you know, it's always better when they're around. Okay, it's always better. You always wish the two of you would, you know, take a walk together. When he's around, you always wish he would see you off. You always want to spend time together. Okay, so I think that fits into that. Okay, but the last and final thing I'm going to talk about in this series, when you are mad at them and at the same time you want them around. Yeah, trust me, when you are mad at your friend, you are mad at your friend. Okay, you want to, you are offended. You don't want to see them in your face unless they come to apologize and everything. But with this particular person, when you are mad at him, you are also longing for him. Even when you're mad at him, but you want him to come and hug you. You're mad at her, but you want her to, you know, come and hug you. You want her to come and stay with you. You are mad at her, but you are longing for her. Okay, you are mad at her, but you are thinking of her every day and night. Okay, that is definitely a sign that something is going on here. Okay, so yes, this is where we're going to end today's topic. If you found it interesting, let me know in the comment section below. If there are any other signs that I'm missing, please leave them in the comment section below. Okay, until we meet again, my name is Victoria Ayodele Fash, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you very much. Remember to give this video a thumbs up, to subscribe to my channel, to share this video to someone who you think might need it, or you might even share it with her. Yes, when you sure that's sign. When it's constantly sharing you relationship videos, relationship tips about marriages, you know, messages about marriages, books about marriages, books about relationship, books about love, books about this, I might be trying to, you know, call your attention. Okay, yeah. So if you send, you know, so there might be that girl that you're trying to eye, but she's not getting the signal. Send her this video, she will understand. Okay, I've done you. So I've literally done half the work for you. Okay, just send her, you know, and she will understand that this is what this guy is trying to say. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. I am going to see you guys in my next video. Until then, my name is Victoria Ayodele Fash. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye.